Let's go.
Brothers here, what we have here today?
What we have here is a quality of life movement.
That's what's going on. Okay, it's movement overall.
Movement, yes.
About how to live properly as a pimp, so to speak, but in a positive way.
I'll introduce you, Mr. Charles. Okay. All right.
Eric and I both graduated at 89 from Amherst, and in the late, like I say, late 80s. I'm gonna let him open up and share something.
Well, actually, all I actually really want to share with you initially is just when doing the course of this introduction or presentation, just want you guys to be very responsive. When you ask questions, want some feedback. Want to control, but want some feedback. So don't be ashamed, don't be shy. You know, this is an interactive presentation. So. Debate quote pimps. We're going to see if we can change some of their attitude. You know, pimping. This is very, very informative. Hope you enjoy the presentation.
Thank you. Good afternoon once again, future leaders. I'm Chuck, and I really enjoy speaking to young individuals like yourself. I'm very passionate about you all's future. The educators here is very passionate about your future as well, but it matters not how many books that I write or Eric write or Mr. B's organization, what he does with cultural awareness for the youth, if you guys do not take personal accountability and ownership of your future and your destiny now. So what I do is I try to talk to the youth about principles that I'm most passionate about. And the book is called Who's Pimpin' Who? And that's a rhetorical device. It's a question and a statement. Because you guys are being approached, like I said, from so many different angles. You got to understand that either you're going to get pimped in the game of life or you can pimp the game of life. The acronym, however, because I have 3 children. I have a 20-year-old, 15-year-old, and a 12-year-old. So I know all about pimping your ride and your outfits and all that good stuff. But it stands for positively and personally improving mental performance or personally improving my principles. So that's the positive connotation. I took the negative connotation out. Anybody want to take a stab at what I'm getting at when I say who's pimping who at the topic? My man?
You could be saying like, you think you making money from them, but they really making money from you. They really taking it from you when you think you
Spot on.
Bingo.
Spot on.
Bingo.
Okay.
Spot
on.
Let me get one.
Ooh, it's back too.
So, for all intents and purposes, you're right. It's a question and a statement. What you guys got to understand now, at the young age that you guys are getting approached from all different angles, with things that's positive, things that's negative, some things that's neutral, and you're going to act on those things that you take in. You guys are like a sponge. So I try to make sure I'm spot on with the information that I give you when I lecture. I've had an opportunity to talk to 2 other classes this morning. I had an opportunity to talk to a high school group in Orlando. I'm down in Orlando right now. And I was charged to talk to that group about entrepreneurship and career being an option. But it was an umbrella topic called Attitude Determines Your Altitude. And I want to park there a little bit because I'm very passionate about that particular proverb or that phrase, attitude determines altitude. I'm a product of it. I hope most of you are doing better than I did academically when I was sitting in your chair back in 88, 89. I talked about the challenges, so I want to also share with you some of the accomplishments. If you look at the attitude definition, it means a manner by which a person displays their behaviors, their feelings, their thoughts. And altitude is the height of something, a high place. So I look at that particular phrase or that law, attitude determines altitude, as again, a law like gravity. You can't defy it. How many of you know somebody with a positive attitude, just so joy to be around, inspirational?
No, I say myself.
Yeah. That's a good number. Now, how many of you know a person with just a negative attitude, funky attitude?
Wow.
Yeah. They just suck the energy out of the room. Think about those 2 individuals, and let's conduct what I like to call a paired comparison. Which one of those 2 individuals do you think lives a higher quality of life? They enjoy life more, the positive one?
Yes, sir.
Of course. And the thing of it is, in contrary to popular belief, the positive attitude didn't come after their accomplishments. They actually came before. I've had an opportunity to have all sorts of individuals come into my life that's really created opportunities for me. And it was based on that positive attitude. If you don't have one right now as an individual, you need to develop one because it's going to definitely be needed as you go out into the work life and build your own careers.
All right, see you later.
Nice seeing you, and you have a good day.
You too. You ain't had a chance to read the book yet,
Oh,
right?
yes, I have.
You have? What'd you think about it?
I thought it was wonderful. And if the young, not just the young adults, but if they start early reading this book and applying these concepts and objectives, we'd have a much better world. And us.
Let's talk a little bit about the metaphorical illustration, who's pimping who, and where I got the concept. I talk about the game of life. I talk about it being tough. I talk about it being a chess game, not a checker game. You can't play with it. When you think about pimping, the pimp process in traditional form, everybody knows what a pimp is, right? The hat, the suit, the cane, the pimp goblin. And on the other side of the pimping process, you have the individual that's getting pimped. Figuratively and by definition, pimp stands for a person in control of their own destiny and the future of others. The other individual is the person that's getting devalued and debasing themselves for the benefit of that other individual. You guys got to make decisions now to determine whether or not you're going to get pimped in the game of life or you're going to pimp the game of life. When I talk about PIMP, it stands for personally improving my principles. There's five principles in the book. Principle number 1 is personally improving mental performance, as I mentioned. Principle number 2 is personally improving my paradigm or perception. Principle 3 is personally improving my presence. Principle 4 is personally improving my position or proactivity. And then a 5th principle that's a spiritual component, personally improving my prayer. I also talk about PIMP standing for positive images and motivating people. And that's the mentorship component. How many of you have basic goals in here?
All right.
This will be great. You guys can share with me this short-term goal. Share with me your short-term goal. You know what short-term goal? Okay.
Graduate from high school.
That's just an awesome short-term goal. Anybody got a midterm? Oh, you can go midterm or short-term.
Get my biology degree.
Get a degree in criminal investigation.
Awesome. Awesome. In short-term, midterm, and long-term goals. It's critical if you don't have a goal, because if you don't have a target, you don't know where you're going. Also, how many of you have mentors? Mentors? Okay. You don't have a mentor? Okay. Well, you need to get one. What did you share with me what you wanted to become? Your ambition?
Oh, nah.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
It goes back to getting pimped or pimping the game, because if you don't know, somebody's going to know for you. So, I mean, what you're going to want to do is start thinking strategically now about what you want to do potentially. As far as a mentor goes, you want to find that individual that's doing what you want to do. Even if that person is not immediately accessible, the internet is a powerful thing. So you can look that person up. These people may even be passed away and gone on now. But there's people inside of the book that I quote that are amazing practitioners of strategic thinking. And they've gone on to accomplish major feats in life and overcome challenges. I'm going to read one quote from you from one of the most prolific practitioners of strategic thinking, of PIMP principles, that's ever lived. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated failures, even though it's very important. Persistence and determination alone is omnipotent. That means it's the most potent thing in the world is to be persistent. If you think about your circle, I also talk to my audience and I say, think about your circle of friends. You guys have probably seen this Extreme Makeover show. So you need to look at your circle and understand whether or not you need to have an extreme makeover with your crew. Not to drop them by the wayside, but again, to find those individuals that you can aspire to be like. If you have a friend that, well, I'll use this analogy. How can a sick man teach a man to be well? How can a poor man teach a man to be rich? So that's when I talk about your circle test. I mean, if you think about by the show of hands when you show me the negative people in your life, it's not to get rid of those folk, but make sure that you strategically build out your crew. I had my, I know you had something. about opportunity and obstacle, or?
Right, there's a segment in the book where it talks about, Chuck mentions things about challenges in your life. Who has a challenge presently? Just something.
Some of the principles.
Strategically thinking is the key.
That's what's up.
Strategically think everything out in your life. Just strategically think it out. Trust me.
2,
3, let's go.